actually full with a waiting list now, and I'm afraid an 18-year-old wouldn't come very high on our list when we've got 14 and 13-year-olds waiting.
I thought it would be a good thing to get her motivated with her artwork, so that when she does go into a clinic, she's got something to do in her spare time.
I think it would be a good idea to put some weight on her.
And it's been one thing after the other, as well as, I suppose, not really liking to grow up. I suppose it's unfortunate she's got a very elegant, thin sister, and I'm pretty thin myself. But she's always asking me for reassurance, do I look unattractive, Mummy? And of course it's very difficult because I have to say, no, you look absolutely super, but you are so underweight.
Why don't you tell her the truth?
But she is underweight.
Well, that she can't look attractive at 6 stone, I wouldn't think. What happens if you put a 500-calorie meal in front of her and say, eat that?
I suppose I haven't done that. All right, Dr.
All right.
Johnson, thank you very much indeed.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
That's typical. Typical. Why hasn't she put a meal in front of that child and said, eat it?
Did she think she was fat?
Yes, she thought she was.
Had she been teased at school or anything like that?
Well, children are cruel, and they used to call her Jolly Green Giant and things like that.
I mean, was there any particular problems within the family at the time that she started to lose weight?
Well, Jim and I used to argue a lot, mostly the amount of time that he cycled and was away from home caused a lot of problems.
Do you do that as a hobby, or do you actually, are you a competitive cycler?
I don't compete now, I used to.
You did?
Yes.
She can ride a bike, and she started riding 50, 60, 70, 80 miles on a Sunday, wanting to come back and exist on a Rivita and cheese, cottage cheese.
She's got 9 A's at GCSE, but the effort that's taken has really taken it out of her. She's come down more than 3 stones in a year.
How's that to get close to a critical level?
Well, she's at a critical level now, I'm afraid. One of the main causes of infertility in adult life is a period of anorexia in adolescents. She may not be able to have children unless we help her soon. In order for her to live day to day, she's actually metabolizing her own muscle. That means she's eating herself up.
Yeah, I had about 1,500 when I was losing weight.
I don't know, maybe they want you to look like the people who model in.
And they're always telling you all these ways to lose weight and exercise.
As a houseman, I used to see the children on the paediatric wards, and I saw how little weight they put on. And I used to look at the kids and think, if I could just take that child home with me for the weekends, I'd have her eating in no time. And it just suddenly occurred to me, well, maybe that's the thing to do. Jackie, why are you in tears? What's the matter? What's happened? What? What's the matter?
I don't want to put any more weight.
You don't want to put any more weight on? Oh, Jackie, come on. You know you're skinny. You do. You're not. You are. You know you are. Come on. How many people do you think would say that you were fat?
I don't think I'm fat, I just think I'm the right size.
That's the way we know people have got anorexia, because they look at themselves and think they're fat when they're really very, very thin. And you're just showing me that you're still very, very anorexic by saying these things.
It's just when I watched the video last night, my dancing, I just started to get paranoid. Well, Mum said something to me that I was starting to get a bit chubby, and that it's stuck on my mind for 3.5 years now. Just that one tiny thing, and now she wishes she hasn't have said it.
You've grown and you've got older, haven't you? You can't expect to have the body of somebody who's pre-puberty, can you?
Mum and Dad divorced when I was 7. Well, they just never really understood how I felt. I was always in the middle of everything, with my family arguments, and no one ever paid attention to what I wanted to say. And I always knew what they were doing was wrong. But they didn't realise they were hurting me. And I used to tell them to stop it, but they never did.
You've been depressed and fed up for a long time now, haven't you? We've got to get you completely right, not just the right weight, but we're trying to get you so that you're happy. Do you think I make people fat here?
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Just
Some of them.
scared that I'm going to be one of them.
Their brains play tricks on them because they're so starved that they can't see themselves as others see them and as they really are. One of the symptoms of not eating is depression.
No, you went on his own.
Where was I then?
With Simon.
When they first come in, they fight with me. They fought with their parents, they fought with other nurses, and they feel duty-bound to fight because they would feel guilty if they didn't. And it's much more difficult to cope with these very manipulative children when they're up against a team which they can split, which they can manipulate individually, they can play one off against the other. So they just don't have that opportunity with me. It's just them and me. Simon, I don't want you leaping off to aerobics classes until you're behaving more normally.
I am.
You're not. You're walking around in a sweater like a tramp. Is that normal?
I've been sitting with the others. You said when I held my head up, I've been doing that.
Show me.
It's not funny, Dee, because you said I could do it.
No, I'm worried about your arms, but I want you to give me some.
My arms are much better.
I want them healed.
It's just if everyone else is going and I can't go.
Well, there aren't too many people going. We haven't got many people.
Well, Tammy and Emma are going to go.
They're going to do that instead of swimming, are they?
Yeah, and I'd like to join them because I've left my arm alone completely. And you said when I'd done that, I'd be able to
I said when
exercise.
it was healed.
And it is healed.
Come and show me then.
Am I?
You're not allowed.
Oh,
Simon's been here 12 weeks now. When he came, he was totally emaciated. I would have thought that at the rate that he was losing weight, he would have only lived a week to 10 days. The only reason you've let it heal is that I've given you an incentive to get it better. It is, Simon. And he's been a struggle, he really has.
I've already thought about it and I'm not going to do it again. And I mean that.
You can go tonight if
I dress up.
burn that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
I want a ceremonial bonfire this afternoon with this in it. Okay? Can we do that then? Promise me. Right. That'll be good, won't it?
Then give it to me, it won't sit better.
Are we allowed to go?
Why do you say you can't burn that? It's horrendous, that jumper.
It's just got character.
It's Simon.
As long as possible. No ums, no ahs, no long silences. I want you to talk about Yorkshire, but you can't mention county.
Yorkshire is in England, which is in Europe. Yorkshire has many towns, and the main town is York, which is a Viking centre and has a large cathedral. I went to the cathedral.
Extremely intelligent boy. He just sat 10 GCSEs and has managed to get amazing grades in them despite the fact that he was malnourished, and really within a few weeks of death, I would have thought, when he sat them.
I went there 2 years ago with my family. There are a lot of lakes in Yorkshire.
That's pretty typical of children with anorexia.
Each of you say 2 things which you like about yourself.
Well, they're born with a genetic predisposition to anorexia, we know that, and they take everything to extremes.
Is there nothing you like or nothing that you actually want to say? Which of those is it?
It's nothing I like.
Nothing you like. May I throw this open again and ask if there's anything that anyone else likes about Simon?
I like your hair and I like your personality.
Yeah, I like his personality. He's got a really...
Could you actually tell it to Simon this time?
I like your personality. You got a really good sense of humour.
I love the way you can act as well.
Anything anyone else would like to say to Simon?
I'm certainly a very determined person, and I regard each one of these people as a challenge, and the more units that they've been to and the more people who have had them and failed, the more I'm absolutely determined that I'm going to be the one to succeed.
To lessen the resistance of wind and water.
I just had to sort of stay on this stupid regime with nothing in my room or anything. I had one photo and everything.
Yeah.
And you can
you couldn't write home or receive letters or anything like that, and you saw your family every fortnight for half an hour.
And even that was special, supervised. Yeah. And like in bed rest and everything, we weren't allowed to talk.
They used to make me wear makeup every day and mini skirts just to try and grow me up.
I was on bed rest and I wasn't allowed to wash by myself or go to the toilet by myself, and I had to have people. If I had a bath, somebody had to watch me. Even if I cleaned my teeth, people watched me.
I didn't want to go in at all. Like, I was kicking and screaming and everything, and kicking all the nurses and that. And they just like dragged me in, all 6 of them, and held me to a chair. And it was just like prison.
Hello Mum, it's Jackie. I just phoned up to say that I've only got 3 more kilos left to go, and hopefully this weekend I'll be able to go home from Saturday till Monday. Could you phone up Covent Garden at the Erdang and see if I could have a dance class with Jacko on Saturday?
Did you always feel like that you were in the middle of the rows and me?
Yeah, because I tried it with eating to try and get people to notice me because I was so unhappy and no one was, and so I did silly things like take an overdose, and it didn't really get me anywhere in the end. But
you phoned up the ambulance?
Straight after I'd done it, yeah. Didn't really want to die, I just wanted someone to notice.
Some attention.
Yeah.
Well, we had a couple of problems with her when we were away, with her really just attention seeking, but putting herself at risk in a way that worried me. Although each time you talk to her about it afterwards, she will tell you how she was calculated and she knew exactly what she was doing, and that it was just to get people to notice her. Her weight's gone down this week. She's exercising in secret in her room again.
When you say again, I doubt if she's ever stopped. That she constantly is planning balletic movements, even when apparently
absolutely
not in
watching television, planning movements of her arms and legs.
Total control over her body.
Maybe she should give up. Maybe she should give up ballet. I mean, perhaps it's not the right time to tell her that.
You're not allowed to feed your biscuits to the baby. How many have you given there?
Mummy, I'll eat them in my bag.
You've got a bag as well.
Oh, come on, Mummy.
We had 5 children of our own. I think they've just come to terms with the fact that this is my work, that I happen to do it here instead of in a hospital. Bag that big, do you? The big problem I've noticed is that I have to keep chocolate bars here, and so Dominic and Joanna come in every night and take king-size Mars bars, and the little ones don't understand why they're not allowed to eat them, because all the time I'm pushing the others to eat them. And last night you came in here and you gobbled a pizza and a chocolate bar. Why?
It's just the environment at home that I won't eat in.
But you feel you've got to align yourself to your mum?
Yeah, that was the major problem.
Do you think she's got a problem with eating?
Yeah, not as severe as mine. I mean, and she
had it for a long time, do you think?
Well, I don't know whether she's had it. She's watched her weight since for quite a few years, yeah, and that's what she calls it.
Do you think in her teenage years she had a problem like you?
Well, no, because she keeps telling me when I was your age I used to eat this, that and other, you know, and...
You believe that?
Yeah, to a certain extent. Yeah, I believe it.
But to encourage you to eat, she's never decided that she could eat a piece of treacle
Well, you see,
sponge.
this is what used to get me. When she did eat a chocolate or a biscuit, she'd make such a fuss about it, and I think that she was doing it to show me that she was eating it. She knew I was following her. She'd do it, and it used to get me so mad inside. Mother, you know, I don't care if you're having a biscuit, just have it, you know. But she'd come down the corridor and go, this biscuit's nice, Katie, you know, like this kind of thing. And it used to make me so mad. But then other times, I feel guilty because, you know, perhaps she would have eaten the biscuit anyway. And this is all what I've got to...
So it's a real battle with your mum?
Mm-hmm.
Right. If I had an anorexic daughter, I probably couldn't feed her myself, and I think just having a fresh look at things and a new person is a help. Very definitely mine.
Why?
I had this sort of pretense of being on a diet most of the time. My only concession to the diet is drinking Diet Coke.
What's the difference between your diet and these girls' diets?
Mine starts every Monday morning and finishes every Monday lunchtime. I don't think I'm alone in liking food. Quite a few of them will actually admit that they love it. I think their major problem is that they don't believe you can be successful in life or do anything worthwhile unless you're a size 8.
Hi.
Hi. You're going to go on... Do you want to come through this way?
Whatever. We'll tell them we come through this way. But we're not happy.
No.
We're not happy.
When we came to see Dora, Dora told us she could drink as much water as she did. That is all she will drink now, water.
He doesn't. I had orange juice this morning.
Yeah, because you know you're coming here.
No, it wasn't. I have orange juice
We've
every
had you 6
morning.
weeks at home, Claire, don't tell me. And that is it. And you've been drinking water in 6 weeks.
Drinking orange juice.
Yeah, but no, I had it yesterday morning as well.
What is it you wanted to drink? That
Well,
she's
just
not
if we
drinking?
go out, have a drink. You know, if it was a Diet Coke. But she doesn't drink anything, but literally, and she walks around
Why do you
virtually all
want
day.
Why do you want her to drink a Diet Coke?
Well, I don't, but I would like her to drink an orange squash occasionally, a blackcurrant juice, which she always did before being anorexic. The girls still drink this.
It's because like I just like have water. But that mum just makes a big deal out of it. I mean, the other time she made a big deal out of it because I weren't drinking tea or coffee anymore.
Let's be fair, who gets up and has a cereals with a cup of cold water
Yeah,
or
but I had
boiled
coffee.
water? She walks around all day with a glass of cups of water.
What is coffee? Do you have white coffee or black coffee?
Black.
Well, then she's going to have black coffee. She's actually better drinking water.
But it just doesn't seem natural, Dee, that she never
I get
has.
told off.
Do you think you deliberately have water? Because you know how it upsets her.
No, I don't
Do
really.
you, Claire?
We haven't been out
Let's
quite
just
a
get
while.
this straight, Claire. That is the first time and only once you've ever done that.
Oh yeah, I know.
Thank you.
But we don't really go out.
Well, we don't go out to eat because it's such a big deal with you.
If
Because there's nothing there you want to eat, and you start.
Do you know, I really think that Claire needs to have some control still, and that she's using
The more they tell me like
bits
to have juice, the more I don't know.
now, whereas she was using food before. But I mean, there's been a battle with you for a long time,
Oh,
hasn't
yeah,
there? And it was
best
about
damn.
food before, and that was
Absolutely.
dangerous. This isn't dangerous. Put butter on your bread and milk on your cereal. And just
She
eat
still
like
measures her
normal
milk,
people.
don't
I don't measure my milk.
Oh, I thought you still measured
No, I
your
just
milk.
pour it from the jar, the milk. I mean the bottle.
The basic of it is, what she tells you here, once she gets home, she manipulates everything around to
Oh, I
where she
don't.
wants.
Are you having some butter at breakfast on
Yes,
your bread or
I've
something?
had tea cake this morning with butter on, or I have a slice of toast with butter
And that was
on.
a
But there's only
reasonable
just started
pat of
to-
butter.
Yeah,
That's just-
and then I have like a sandwich or roll or something.
And if
with
I
loads of
butter, it's fine. But if she butters it, it's great. Or if I'm buttering,
No,
she's
I
over my
don't-
shoulder.
I don't
Then
have-
that's too much.
I don't have to scrape it as much as I ever did before.
Oh, Claire, it was only the day
It was
before
ridiculous.
yesterday. Don't be
No, I
silly.
know, but I never used to bother putting any butter on it.
That's right.
Basically.
But for what you put on really isn't worth what you put
Yeah,
on.
well, you've been doing my butter anyway.
Yeah, but
and
you
you
just
were making
did
my sandwiches.
Day before yesterday, you did them Rivitas and it was scraped on.
She's horrible.
If we're talking about children, obviously they do see it as a weapon. It is an amazing way to be able to control one's parents and to be able to get them extremely uptight and angry. then you mustn't think of that as being a dreadful thing. You've got to think of it as being a good thing.
I don't take her to
I've been
Sainsbury's
surfing
anymore.
with you for ages.
Well, I can't take her because she picks up everything and reads everything, and if it's high in fats, it automatically goes down.
No,
Everything.
isn't
It
I
does,
haven't been
Claire.
with you for
No,
ages,
because
so
I
I
won't
don't
take
know.
you because you're such a nightmare.
Claire, tell me why you did go home and not eat any fat, because I've told you all this before, haven't I?
She tries to pull the wool over her eyes, doesn't she?
Was it part of a battle with your mum?
I don't know what I did.
Because if it is a battle with your mum, you're the one who's going to end up being hurt by it, not your mum. She's done amazingly. 4 months ago she came to me with a nasogastric tube, not eating. She's now looking brilliant. She's taking pretty much control of her life. She's back at school. Her weight's been stable for 6 weeks, and they're fussing about whether she drinks Diet Coke or water or black coffee, and it just seems such a pity that they can't let her have just one little bit of control left in her life.
Stomach in, body strong. Fight for 2. Step tall, take them up the front.
I really get very annoyed when I hear people calling anorexia nervosa the slimmer's disease.
Right leg comes up, 2.
I think quite often it's simply that several things go wrong at once, and this would trigger what's already there, a predisposition to be able to diet and to do that until death if necessary. Whatever they do, they want to do it perfectly, to the very, very best of their ability. You didn't want to get grade 8 on the cello and piano?
No, I do want to do that. It's just she just worked me really, really hard.
Yeah, but
Just get up at 6 o'clock and then...
She made you get up at 6 o'clock?
Well, a bit after that sometimes, but...
To practice?
Yeah.
She must be really proud. Otherwise she wouldn't have brought the cello all the way up here, and she probably tells all her friends.
Yeah, you're excellent on the cello. Did you want her to bring your cello up?
Yeah, I do. I like it.
And if she hadn't made you get up at 6 o'clock to practice, would you not have practiced?
Yeah, I would have practiced anyway, but...
Right.
I'm just finding ways to blame my mum.
Yes.
Rosalind, did you enjoy seeing me on Saturday or not?
It was okay. It was a bit of a traumatic experience, wasn't it?
I agree, but let's not have traumatic experiences again, Rosalind. We can have a nice time together, can't we? We very much want you to come home soon, we really do.
I don't lie.
Rosalind, I'm not lying. I very, very much
It's a lot better for you when I'm away.
I miss you tremendously. I've tried to...
Oh yeah, but Andrew doesn't, does he?
He misses you tremendously as
Oh
well.
yeah, he play acts.
He does not play act. We all miss you. You've got it all wrong, my love. Now, what can I do to help you?
Nothing.
So come on, there must be something I can do to
Yeah,
help
there is. Give up the fags.
She said, when we admitted her, when she finally, having begged and pleaded and screamed at her mother not to admit her, when her mother was really very firm and said, yes, you're coming in, she suddenly capitulated. It was quite striking, wasn't it? She suddenly...
I promise you.
You've said you would do it in the past and you haven't done it.
I have done it in the past. Rosalind, why did I start again? You know why?
Don't you dare blame it on me.
I'm not blaming it on you at all, but I'm just saying circumstances were very, very hard during the summer, weren't they? We can't be happy without you.
You can.
You're an essential... No, I mean it, Rosalind. You're an
It's a lot
essential
better for
part
the family
of
when
a
I'm
happy
away,
home here.
because Andrew sees more of you, doesn't he?
No, he doesn't at all, and he doesn't want it that way. He doesn't want a home without you, Rosalind. We want a home with you here again. You've got it wrong, Rosalind.
I didn't ever get it wrong.
You have got it wrong, Rosalind. Perhaps he's not always brilliant at expressing things, but he loves you immensely as well. Surely you can see that. You've just got it wrong, my love.
I have not
We
got it
don't
wrong.
want a home without you here.
You do. I never spent much time at home anyway.
She seems to have settled in quite quickly.
Yes, we're having our problems.
Are we?
She's a workaholic.
She was pretty determined to be that anorexic.
I'm not discussing target weights or
Well,
anything.
I'm not going to get there. I refuse
I'm delighted
to.
to hear from you, I really am.
You change the subject. I said if I prove to get better from anorexia, you give up the fags.
I'm on the phone.
You promised me last time that you sort things out. You never
Rosalind, did you receive a bouquet of flowers from me? Because if not, something's gone wrong.
I didn't, no.
Are you sure it's not up in your room? Have you been up to your room or anything?
No, you have. And if flowers don't mean anything...
No, but they are just another way...
action that
How
means
can I get through to you at the moment when you won't talk to me at all? It's just another way of expressing my love for you.
Well, you
That
could
was from all
express
of
it
us
far
here.
better if you gave up the fags.
All right, my love.
Will you give up the fags?
I will give them up, yes.
You promise? On the Holy Bible?
I will do, Rosalind. I promise you on Saturday that I'll have stopped.
No, I mean tonight you will have stopped. What?
All right. Think about what else I can do to help you at the moment, all right?
You can't.
I'm sure I can.
You haven't helped me at all yet.
I'm sure I can.
I've got to go now.
Okay, well, I'll talk to you after 9 tonight, okay, my love? And thank you for calling.
We find their personalities change when they become anorexic, and they'll lie and be deceitful, and these are children who normally wouldn't do that. They become quite a problem for mothers because they do change so much. Do you remember what she said on the phone? Something that I'd forgotten today. They are pretty. Are you going to take these flowers?
Yeah, well they're dark, but don't put them in a fire, so I might as well do that. But I'm not going to think of them as from my mum.
You're very reluctant to take them, aren't you?
Yeah.
They are lovely, aren't they?
Can you put them downstairs?
Most of you have got mums whom you, before you were here at least, were able to completely manipulate, haven't you? A lot of you anyway. Simon has, haven't you, Simon?
But I've always been a bit selfish in my life.
Anorexia makes you more selfish though, doesn't it?
It definitely does. I'm sure this isn't the real you, Ros. I'm sure before you were ill you wouldn't have left your mum in a state like that and smiled about it. So target weight doesn't come into it.
Yeah.
Punishing your mum for having put you here definitely does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Punishing your mum perhaps for getting married to someone you're not mad about.
I can't cope with her being so rude to me as she was. I mean, she was so awful on Saturday. And she's got to realise that she really just can't go around doing that. I don't expect her to say sorry to me. But I need to talk to her. Obviously, I can't bear the lack of communication between us.
And I think my stepfather's quite happy when I came here because I don't get on very well with him.
You think he's pleased that you're here?
Yeah.
He's pleased that you're putting on weight.
No, he's pleased I'm away from home.
But if your stepfather wasn't there, or like that, and it was just your mum at home, would you want to go home then?
Probably not, because I feel really bad because she needs somebody as well.
But she needs you.
I don't know about that.
Well, she does, otherwise she wouldn't come 50 miles with bad eyesight every Saturday to come and see you, would she?
Bye-bye. Bye. Have a nice time. Thank you. They always end up having the most almighty great row because Rosalind always wants to negotiate on her target weight.
When am I going to be able to swim then?
When do you think you'll be able to swim?
I don't know, because I've left it for about 2 weeks now and it's still not better.
Well, it is almost better, isn't it?
Yeah, but I probably won't be able to go on Monday now, will I?
It looks to me as though a few more days is going to
Yeah, what
do
if the scab hasn't come off?
No, but it will, won't it?
Yeah, but just say it hasn't, just so I leave it till Monday and there's still a
I
scab
think
on
it's highly
there.
unlikely that if you leave that to Monday it won't be healed.
Yeah, but just say it does.
That would be unfortunate. I still won't think that you should steep that in chlorinated water until it's I want that skin to be intact so that you can't start
What
it
if
up
there's a
again.
really dry scab like that one?
It won't be, Simon. In 3 days that will be finished. Why is it so vital?
Well, because everybody else will probably do about 30 lengths in anyway and I'll just miss out on it. That's why. You say a few lengths, it's never a few lengths in any way.
I'd like to hear about that if it's not just a few lengths. Why don't you tell me about that at other times?
Well, because everybody just
cheats.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I don't know. I'm not going to say for other people. If they want to tell you, they can tell you, but if they don't, then they don't.
Alright, well, they'll be supervised, Simon. Right, well, I'll organise your test. I promise you to do something, okay? I just don't want to get her on wet. And these are, pretty typical feelings for somebody who's as depressed and fed up as he is. He's also really reluctant to discuss his problems. He doesn't say a thing in the family meetings. to your mum. You're mean to her, aren't you? She's cracking up, you know. You know that? She's really in a bad way. Went down well, didn't he? His tact comes to the fore once again.
Well, at least it gets a message.
Someone ought to spell it out to her. Mum's in her... Dad's away. Mum's all on her own.
Where's Dad?
Ross telling her she can... to be adopted.
Bye-bye then.
A lot of people here, I guess, it's their first time away from home, so they're like panging to phone their mum every night. But I've been to hospital lots of times and I've been to boarding school and that, so I don't feel like...
Decide on what image you're going to have. Can you stop mashing your food up, please? Because you've had a bad afternoon. Come on, eat it nicely.
Anybody ever loved you?
Dunno, didn't say. I wouldn't love me, so I don't see why anyone else should.
Why didn't you feel you deserved it?
Because I'm horrible. I'm worthless. I don't deserve it now any more than I did then either.
Where does that feeling of worthlessness come from?
I don't know. I just am worthless. I don't think it's just a feeling, I think it's a fact.
Kitchen is now disappearing in smoke. Notice the carbon effect of the burning spoon.
Notice the way Dee's left the kitchen.
Floyd wouldn't actually use a box of matches, would he? But
After plum.
much more.
I don't think he likes me, but I like him. And he's not just like a joker, he's really like
rather a super
caring as well.
Reduce that a bit, and we're there. No, reduce that down a bit. And here's Anne-Marie.
Do you think he needs some help? Can a baby help with the cooking? What would you do?
Floyd does.
You're going to help Daddy do the cooking?
That breaks all the rules. This is what Floyd does.
Yes?
Absolutely wonderful. £2.20 and say, wonderful. We're reducing. Brilliant. That's what we wanted to aim for.
We must improvise.
We must improvise. A sort of Flanagan and Allen routine for 5 minutes.
You lot can hold it up much longer.
So you come and put your little arm on the side of that little arm, right?
Big arm.
Here we go. God, look at it.
Look at it. You're ashamed of this?
Right, now, on Monday, right, these large scabs here, right, must have disappeared.
Yeah.
Sans scab.
Oui.
Right?
Oui.
And if your arm then looks like mine, you can go
I
swimming.
don't think you've got any chance, really, Simon.
Doesn't mean I want mine being scratched, but
Gee, what happens like about weight if you don't live at home?
If
you don't live at home?
Well, if you don't live at home, then you're independent and nobody could force you to come back, could they? At 17, I couldn't make you come back here because you'd lost 2 kilos. But if you chose to live at home, presumably your mum could make you do that. That's perhaps going to be the answer to your problem, Simon.
Well, I'll come back with it when I get packed up. Alright, Stanley's still here.
If she goes home, she risks dying.
Let me put it this way. The Area Health Authority are saying that they will not pay for Katie to be at Rhodes Farm.
He's booked into a travel lodge on the motorway.
They're quite prepared to offer Katie a bed, but he can't offer it until the end of this month.
I don't think anyone should accept that situation. I really don't think Katie should be at home in this state.
I'll be outside on the doorstep. I'll come back in a bit.
By the way, she ate really well last night. She had a pizza and a crunchy bar.
How do you explain that?
I think Mum walking out of the door.
I mean, I don't know why her health authority won't fund her. You know, if she died, what would they do then? Because she's dying now that way.
They'd say
if
she should have been in that psychiatric
No,
ward,
but
and
there
she
are
shouldn't.
No, but why should she have to go and...
They were mad because their argument was she's 41 kilos, so she's okay.
Yeah, but she's also...
She's also dying.
Great. She's
also
5'10". And she's 60% of what she should be.
Yeah, okay then, thank you for what you've done so far.
Thanks a lot.
We'll see you back very soon.
Yeah.
Sad,
Otherwise I'll cry.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
She's doing really well.
She really deserved it.
I've never seen so many gloomy faces. Okay, well, we'll live to fight another day.
So what are you? What is it? I don't know what point it is.
She's 45.2, so she's 0.8 of a kilo under.
So we say 2
I mean, which isn't an awful lot of weight to be under. I mean, obviously she's got to put that weight back on, but it's nothing to panic about.
No, I'm surprised. And what about drinking water? This morning I caught her in a bedroom with a big bottle of water.
Yeah, but that was only a sip.
She was out changing to come here.
Yeah, but it was only a little sip.
But that's your word. There's a big
No,
bottle
but
of
if you
water.
remember, that water was that big.
Yes, a big bottle of water would make
Yeah, but I never
enormous
drank a
difference.
big bottle of water, and you're lying.
But the thing is, you think you can trust them. You know, you're hoping, you want to trust them, so you allow them the trust, and then it throws it in your face.
I think it's probably early days to trust her. I do not let go. I won't give up. And that's the same in everything I do. It's not just in feeling anorexic. It's something that I think perhaps someone said to me once, you build your own mountains to climb. And I think perhaps that's what I have done all my life. And so I've found my niche here.